No intro music. All right, welcome to another edition of Buck What You Heard. My name is Gene. You can reach me at Buck What You Heard. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Oh my God! And the beauty of the craziness of live broadcasting here, live podcasting, whatever you want to call it. This is kind of where we are right now. And for some unknown reason, let's see if I can get Bucs Report go live. We have StreamYard has lost access. What happened to Bucs Report?
We've been cut, Gene.
I've been cut. I think I've been.
We're on the Antonio Brown. Are we in? Are we not in?
I think we're unceremoniously removed from Bucs Report as of right now. Let's see if we can get this fixed here. Because so how have you been, man? I missed you.
Dude, I've been fantastic, man. Just you know how work is. Just been tied down, but we got the draft next week.
Hell yes.
Also, man, your boy, dude. Since we last talked, guess who became a slow pitch softball pitcher? This guy. I've never pitched slow pitch softball ever before in my life. I had 3 strikeouts last night, Gene.
So you got the technique down then.
Yeah, dude, I do like the have you seen Rookie of the Year with the little kid? So I literally do backspin it. And I don't know why people are having like a good arc on it, and people are having so much trouble. Like one dude hit a dinger that was over the lights, but then I struck him out next time, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. But the thing started spinning sideways. It was fun. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was doing really well.
I swear to you, man, I love playing slow pitch. I'm pretty much done though. I can tell you I'm pretty much done. I don't know, man. I hit an inside the park home run.
Ooh.
And as old as I am, I couldn't get out of bed the next morning. So that was pretty much it for me.
See, to me, I still have a baseball swing. I can hit the ball really hard and square it up really well, but I haven't gotten the elevation yet, which I've only played a couple games, but it's a nice little getaway because with COVID and everything, it's hard sometimes just to get out and play organized sports.
Man, and I miss it, man. I mean, so for you, is this something that you're gonna continue to do this? Are you comfortable with where we are with COVID and all that good stuff? And you're out here living your best life, right?
Dude, I literally am in this room, no joke, 14 hours a day. It's really not that bad.
Really? I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, actually, no, it's more like 20 hours a day. I forgot about sleep. Because I'm literally in my bedroom. My fiance gets the really nice office. She wins.
Man, I don't know if that's fair. I'm gonna
go.
No,
it's fair. It's fair.
No, I can say this because I can get away with saying this, but it's not fair.
No, it's fair, dude. I'm down here, dude. She's up there. I already outkicked my coverage. I did everything I needed to do. Shout out, Taylor. Love you.
Yeah. Does she? Oh, and I have to ask you. I've always wondered about this. Does she watch the show?
Yeah. She sometimes watches it with our dog in the other room.
Really?
Just, has it on a low volume so we can't hear.
She's like, "What the hell are you doing with that weirdo?"
Yeah, sounds about right.
I get that a lot.
Well, remember, I wouldn't be into this if it wasn't even for her. She's the one who got me to start writing, which led me to podcasting, which led me to you, essentially.
Yeah, and it's a perfect marriage right there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Plus, you want to come on? We're going to talk some football. Maybe we can get Plus on here again.
Hey, come on, Plus.
Come on, Plus. Just say yes. Just say yes, Plus.
So football's a drug.
Yeah, it's a drug. It's a hell of a drug. Ooh, man, I think I better behave myself. We're
Ooh, can I address one of the comments in the?
Yeah, absolutely.
So our man Bud said kind of sounded like we aren't signing AB. I don't know. I kind of feel like he said the opposite. I mean, maybe
ironically that he says that. Think about this. Last year, Light said, or no, it wasn't Light. It was Bruce Arians said we weren't doing this. We weren't.
Yeah, but I think injuries changed that. But with this situation, I think it was all about what's going to happen with that court case. And since it got settled, now he doesn't have a December court date. it's like, okay, time's ticking
I see
now.
that happen. I'm going to go on record saying this, just from everything that I've weighed. I don't, as much as I love, I'm a Cameron Brate. What do you got? What do you young folks say? Stan? I am a
Stan.
Cameron Brate stan. I love
Well,
that guy.
I never heard the word stand before, Jameis.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest.
I think it's stupid. I think it's a stupid word. Stupid. Not stupid, but stupid. But you know what? I'm going to use it because it fits right here. And I don't know. I love Cam Brate. And I
I
think
just think he's got to take just a tiny pay cut. It's just a couple.
you think that he would like walk away and just sign a new contract just so he could stay here?
No way. Why would you ever do that, Gene?
No, not personally.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm going to take that back. I'm going to take that back. What about for winning another Super Bowl? How many players can do that? Can come in and say, okay, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to win another Super Bowl because we've been dealing with futility over the past 5 years of my career, and now I have opportunity to do this.
Yeah, but I mean, he's about to approach like the wrong side of 30. If he's not even already 30, I'd have to Google that. But I mean, Brate, I mean, he has the only thing he would like renegotiate, I could feel like, is if you got guaranteed money out of it, because he has no guaranteed money left on his contract. That's why everyone's like, he's going to get cut, or if anyone is going to get cut, it's going to be him. So I mean, if he like squashed his deal and was like, okay, give me a 3-year, $15 million contract, let's say, $5 million a year, but 12 of that's going to be guaranteed. I could see that, but he has no incentive to. He's got 7-8 mil on his contract a year, like,
bro. But you got a chance to go. You got a chance to go back to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, but like 90%. I mean, Cam Brate, he's a Harvard guy. Like he's made some money, but like remember his first couple of years, he wasn't making any money. So I mean, like
I get that, but dude,
it's for 90% of these players though, it's all about money.
And I guess I'm talking as I'm more of a football fan, more so than anything, because to me, when you look at Tampa, and you look at what Tampa's been over the past decade. Let's fast forward a little bit and look at like from Levante David forward. I mean, Tampa has just been like, wow, this is just a horrible, but you got the beautiful weather, you got all this other stuff. You have a chance to win a Super Bowl. I understand about the money.
Oh yeah.
Totally get the money. But how many players do you know of? And we both know in any sport, let's not just leave it at football, have said, you know what? I'm going to chase the money. And it didn't work out for him. Reggie Miller.
Adam Humphries, Cam Brate's one of his best friends.
Yeah. What about Warwick Dunn? Warwick Dunn. Chase the money.
Yeah, but I guess the only thing, I mean, remember Cam has taken a pay cut with Tampa. So that's why I'm thinking he may even do it. As long as Brady's here, he may continue doing it. I think the biggest reason why he does stay, though, is because his wife is a big businesswoman who's launched her business in Tampa and has a very successful business. So why would she want to move to, like, let's say Detroit for $10 million a year? That's never going to happen. But let's just throw out the hypothetical. So that's why I think he's probably, even with the money situation, is probably going to stay.
That makes sense. But that's kind of where I'm at with all this, is that I love the chemistry that you saw between Cam Brate and goodness, not Jameis, Jesus, why the hell
Brady
and Tom Brady. I mean, we all saw it. I mean, in the playoffs, we saw when Cam Brate was healthy, how he was able to, help move the ball down the field.
Oh yeah, and he even played that much until our winning streak, like the first 9-10 weeks. He didn't play that much. I remember more Tanner Hudson on the field than I did Cam Brate for that stretch. But ever since that stretch, I feel like Cam Brate obviously made more of a name for himself and probably solidified his roster spot, I believe, in my opinion, depending on how they manipulate, move money.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that definitely makes sense then. So don't pay me any mind. Right now I'm trying to get Bucs Report back online because we're not actually online. I every so often I go through and change my password on Facebook because I don't really use Facebook like I should, like as much as I do Twitter. So, I'm trying to, so I went in and changed it just because, and now I can't get in anything. We'll see if this works. Let's see if this works here.
Oh, did you see, Bud brought it up. Did you see the Jameis interview with the camp kids?
No, I did not. I don't. Jameis, let me say this, and I'm going to, everybody knows that's been following me on BucWhatYaHeard knows that from the moment that Jameis Winston was drafted, I have been all in on Team Jameis. But the moment that Jameis became a New Orleans Saint, there you go, right there. So I don't care what he said. He's a Saint. That's like listening to what Drew Brees has to say, or Alvin Kamara, or that idiot Cam Jordan, or anybody else that isn't a Buccaneer. I really don't care. But go ahead and share that with me.
No, so essentially he was just like, hey, he's talking to a bunch of kids. He's like, I've been laughed at, for that aspect of it. He was pretty sincere.
He earned that.
But then he brought up the whole I'm the hardest working quarterback in the NFL. And that's kind of the headline everyone ran out of.
Now he's James Brown, huh?
Say it
loud. No, but seriously, this guy, you got to go out. I get sick. I'm sick of the platitudes. Go out and play. If you're good, if you've got this game down, go out and play. Go out and show everybody what you can do. Don't talk about it, because I swear to you, for the past 4 years, what we've gotten from him is I just got to go out and do better. I have to do better. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. He goes out, works hard, streamlines his body, trims himself down. He's ready to go. But ultimately, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing that we've been seeing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it's going to be up to him. And there are a lot of people that debate me because they love Jameis Winston. I'm good with Jameis Winston as long as he's not a New Orleans Saint. Other than that, he's right there with Cam Jordan. I swear to you. I'm not even joking, man. And I'm over it. I am genuinely over it. And I cannot stress this enough, man. He's got a big road to hoe right this year. I love where Tampa's at, and I think that's kind of where we are. Oh, we got Pless. I'm sorry, Pless in the house. What's going on, man?
Hey. Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Hey, you were just on the show, bro. Don't.
What's going on, fellas? How are we doing?
Hey, we finally got our shit together, so that's all that matters.
We are getting closer to the draft, my friend.
Absolutely. 8 days away. It's way too long.
I have a softball game that starts at 6, and then it's going to be done around 7:30. I'll be home at 8, and I just go straight into the draft.
We should just, you know what? That's the best thing, right? Because how many times have you had to get off of work, run your ass home, and get ready for the draft?
Never. I always take PTO for the draft, but I never really take Thursday because the anticipation is too much. If I'm doing nothing the entire day, it's just a waste of time. But I'm gonna watch after our podcast next Wednesday. I'm gonna watch my movie Draft Day. I'm gonna work all day Thursday. I'm gonna play my softball game, and then I'm gonna be like a kid in a candy store for 6 hours, unable to sleep.
So I watch Waterboy. I watched Waterboy the night before.
Water sucks.
Yeah.
As I drink it.
H2O. High quality H2O. But so I watched that, and then the next day I go to work because I'm kind of a crab when it comes to PTO, and I would rather go to a game or spend time rather than take that time off. So go to work, rush home, and get myself ready, and the Bucs have the top 10 pick normally. So you got to be there. You got to get there early. Now I can kind of relax, fire up the grill. I can, go to the liquor store if I need to. Whatever I need to do, I can get it all done this year. And I don't even know what to say because the Bucs have never had. Is this true that the Bucs have never had a number 32 pick?
No, they never have. When they won the Super
I
Bowl,
don't
they
even know how to
traded
ask.
the 2 firsts and 2 seconds for Gruden.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's painful. So
what's your tradition, Plus?
Since we're live streaming this year again, like we did last year, I usually take Thursday off, but this year I'm doing like half a day, and then I'm gonna take Friday off for sure.
Friday's always a must.
Yeah, Friday's a must.
So it'll be just preparation for the live stream, nap, some good food, make sure I'm energized and ready to roll for.
Are you streaming day 2?
We are going to stream day 2 as well. Yeah,
yes.
This is we're
invited on, right?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to try to get some guests on for sure. We have a couple guests already confirmed for day 1, and then definitely day 2 we're going to try. So,
man, I am promoting your show. I'm serious. I would rather be a spectator and watch this. I did it one year and it was just like, well, we had an early pick and we stayed for the whole draft and it was a nightmare. So I could do it, but I would rather enjoy quality information being disseminated out there. That's my SAT word of the day, disseminated.
Well, that's why you co-host, Gene, so that way you don't have to do all of the heavy burden that you two have to do. And I just get to show up and say hi and just talk. It's the best gig ever.
Yeah, and Bud Cannibal brings up a great point. Is it possible that the Bucs end up trading down?
Oh, yeah, it all depends what happens. Yeah, there's just too many variables. I don't think anyone on the United States of American soil can tell you what's going to happen after pick 3. I don't even think people can tell you what's really pick 3. The odds on the betting change by the day.
And what is so crazy about all this is you've got all these quarterbacks and they're log jammed at the very top. You don't know what's going to happen. It's crazy. I mean, for the most part, you do. Okay, so if I asked you guys, and either one of you go first, who's going to be the number 1 overall pick?
Oh, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. There you go. After that, is it all bets are off, or is there
Zach Wilson? Yeah,
number 2. And the Jets have kind of borderline confirmed it before they traded Sam Darnold. I guess they were concerned about Zach Wilson's shoulder. And then once they basically got the medical clear is when they traded Darnold.
Yeah.
Also, Zach Wilson's going to be at the draft, so I'm pretty sure he's going number 2.
So is Aaron Rodgers.
Why would you want to go to Cleveland? Next year is going to be awesome. You know what?
It's all about the marketing opportunities. Have you seen like Jerry Maguire, Gene?
Yes, I have.
Like when Rod Tidwell, they're at the draft in the movie, and Rod Tidwell is making the rounds to try to get, the shoe deals because, there's Nike, Adidas, that's essentially why those guys go to the draft, is because it's just the marketing opportunity where there's a lot of money just hanging around.
Yeah. Also, you have the Bob Sugars where, they still
Bob Sugar
steal prospects from other agents. So.
Oh, great movie!
I'm sure that happens. I mean, Drew Rosenhaus is, that
was no contract. You're free game.
Yeah.
How much is it worth?
Basically, that movie was based on Drew Rosenhaus. So, that's who Tom Cruise plays.
And Cameron Crowe, I mean, he's really good in terms of autobiographies. If you've ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, he basically became a high school student as like a 24-year-old to understand the culture. When he wrote that, he wrote or directed. Oh my goodness, what's the movie with Kate Hudson where the kid is the writer for Rolling Stone? That was actually Cameron Crowe himself, who was like a 12-year-old writer for Rolling Stone, traveling with like Lynyrd Skynyrd and all those bands. I'm looking this up.
That's almost famous, I believe.
Almost famous. There it is.
Yeah.
So that was about him. So that's what's crazy. He has all these biographies that like. He's been around. He's been around the Drew Rosenhauses to write Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. I mean, Drew Rosen, he's worth like $165 million net worth right now.
Yeah, he's like Scott Boras, but for that.
I would have thought he was worth more.
Well, because football, you can only handle so many clients per se. Like, for example, Scott Boras, his like corporation, if the top 50 players of the MLB, he owns like top 40 of them, like 40 of those guys. Drew Rosenhaus, it's just a little bit more diverse. There's more competition in the NFL realm in terms of high-level agents, so it's kind of hard. Plus, they have to pluck them in college. So that's why the whole NCAA thing, I can't. Like, you have so much competition. It's all about who throws and who throws money, who makes the most promises, their college career, essentially. Who knew them at 16? Like,
that is crazy. And I think that kind of goes back, and I don't mean to delve into basketball, but when you talk about the AAU,
it's the shoes, man. It's the shoes.
Yes.
The shoes own every basketball athlete everywhere. What schools they go to all translate back to the shoes. There's so many amazing documentaries and stuff you all can watch. Like, oh my goodness, man.
I feel like, and I feel like the AAU has ruined basketball. Personally, I could be wrong.
There's top-level prospects who are Kentucky athletes who literally get chewed out for when they wear an Adidas shirt to a Nike event. Like, it's crazy how, and I mean, these are 17-year-old kids. Like,
so who is over, like, for the combine? Let's talk about the combine for a second. Is that Under Armour still or no?
No. So Under Armour does the speed competition.
Okay, they do the speed. Okay.
So whoever runs the fastest gets a deal with Under Armour for shoes, essentially, or cleats.
That is insane. So, guys, we don't have anything. This is not scripted. If you can already tell, this is not scripted. We're just out here talking football. The Bucs are still Super Bowl.
What are these notes for then? Just kidding.
That's the playbook for your softball team. I thought. Oh, my bad. Forget I said anything. So, plus, I want to get back to your comment. AB or not AB, a win. It's a win-win for you. Mm-hmm. What did you mean by that? I have to get caught up to speed here.
Yeah, I just feel like, if we bring AB back, great. If not, great as well. I mean, we have players that can, are ready to take that role. Scotty Miller, I think, is fine as the number 3. You got Tyler Johnson, who can play inside or outside. So I feel confident, who we have right now. So I'm not,
and that's
not worried about it.
That's the guy I wanted to ask you about, Tyler Johnson. Do you think not having a camp hurt his reps, or is it one of those things where, because I honestly believe personally, Tyler Johnson is going to get an opportunity to really show what he can do, where we do have an actual camp, where we do have preseason and that kind of thing. We will get to see Tyler Johnson, and he may be a bigger piece of the puzzle than we realize.
Yeah, I mean, just going back to, as far as the injury affecting him, yeah, for sure. He was definitely behind, so that definitely affected him as far as the offense goes, and like not being up to speed. So now with a full off season and being able to, really dive into the playbook, he should be much better.
There we go. That and I think there are a couple of players that really it really hurt their abilities, just not being able to show what they can do and not being able to get reps because of the limited amount of time that we had. And you went basically from no games to regular season, and the games that should have been camp or preseason actually counted against us. So I have a good feeling about Tyler Johnson. He's a guy that you saw flashes, but I just felt like, because of the wide receiver room that the Bucs have, we really didn't get to see what he's capable of doing. And I think he's capable of big things.
Oh yeah. And then there's what the Bucs have advantage of over other teams is when you watch, like, things like Hard Knocks, other staffs, if you're the 4th, 5th, 6th string receiver, or you're like the number 4 D tackle, you're not getting reps like at all. You might go an entire practice without getting a rep. With the Bucs, they have 2 fields going on simultaneously with their 50 coaches, where they're basically giving everyone the same amount of reps. It's just whether or not you're with the Tom Brady team or you're with the Ryan Griffin, Blaine Gabbert team. It really doesn't matter. You're still getting the same mental and physical reps. You're just not hitting anyone, which is camps for NFLs. You're never going to hit again, I feel like. So it really doesn't even make a difference. So these young players, they get those mental reps. That's what they missed last year. That's what Keyshawn Vaughn missed. That's what Tyler Johnson missed. That's the stuff that they need, which is what makes what Tristan Wirfs and Antoine Winfield did that much extraordinary to me.
Incredible. So I have to ask: is that something that's going to help this large coaching staff that the Bucs have? Is this something that we could see more of in the future? Just based on what they're doing, based on how successful they've been with that Super Bowl win.
I'm not sure why other teams haven't done it yet. I know there's probably a handful of teams that do it, but I think at the end of the day, it comes down to trust for a lot of these coaches. It's not really a dollar and cents thing. I mean, yes, professional coaches get paid a decent amount, but it's not like what you're paying your star receiver money. Like it's manageable money, but it's also, time, it's trust, it's all that kind of stuff. But I think the Bucs opened a lot of doors for a lot of people for, yes, more assistant coaches job, more females, more African-American or colored coaches. There's so many more wide open doors that I think the Bucs are, because of having that winning culture since they won the Super Bowl, is just going to, have the rest of the NFL on notice. And you're going to see some changes, I feel like, in the next 5 years.
Yeah, because and plus, let me get your thoughts, and then I'll come in after you.
Yeah, I agree with Ken. I think you look at the coaching staff now. I mean, it's just like he said, it's diverse, and you have a lot of trust there. It's BA's been with these guys forever, so he understands how to work with them. He understands what to expect, et cetera, and he's got trust. That's the biggest factor: trust with all of them. Relationships have been built already, so yeah, that plays a huge part. Do I feel like the NFL could start doing this across the league? Yeah, sure. I'm sure people are, they're always looking for new inventive ways to be better. Change is sometimes good. And this is definitely, I think it's going to, take place across the league, especially with the, female, I think, women getting involved in the sport. I mean, we already see it with our team, Jackie Davison and the work she's done. You're going to see it where
first female GM, maybe.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that
happening.
If we win, I mean, Greenberg's not staying, and she might not be staying. If we win, let's say 2 or 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, I mean, the people are going to want them. Like that's what's going to open the doors.
League. The NFL is a copycat league.
Yeah, 100. I think Davidson would be the one that would likely leave. I think Greenberg, he's going to stay regardless. I hope. Yeah. I don't see him. He's talked about it before. He doesn't see himself as going to.
Well, him and Schefter. Did you hear Schefter's podcast on how they're like best friends? Like they've known each other like growing up, and like Schefter was basically hyping Greenberg up for a GM job.
That's awesome. Now I have to check out that pod. I believe Jason Light was on the pod as well.
Yes, they were together. Yeah, okay, awesome. And then what happened was Greenberg's his wife's husband, in-law. Was like grew up with Schefter. They both went to like Michigan, so they like known each other like forever, and it was just really cool listening because I'm like, where's Schefter getting his information from?
Well, guys, this is really good. I'm glad that we're getting to talk about people that we don't normally get to talk about. I love Spytek. John Spytek is one of my favorites.
Mike Beal.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, that's my guy. His daughter went to. I had to.
But I'm just, I was getting there. You stole my thunder.
Sorry,
I'm calling the police.
I always do that. I'm sorry.
I'm calling the police. But no, seriously though, what we have here in Tampa is wonderful because talent evaluation, and plus you can speak to this as soon as I'm done. Talent evaluation has always been suspect with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for well over a decade, whether it's the draft, whether it's free agency, there's always been a question about talent evaluation. And then you couple that with the direction that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are trying to go. And it's just always, the Bucs have not had a direction. In the time that me and you have known each other, plus, can you 100% say with certainty that the Buccaneers, before Jason Light, that the Bucs had a direction that they were trying to go to, or they had a vision and this is what they were working towards?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, when you look at, when John Gruden was here, I mean, it was just throw darts at the wall.
How about John Gruden now?
Yeah.
Gosh.
But I mean, and then Mark Dominic, I mean, it wasn't much better with him and Raheem. Shiano, I thought he had somewhat of a vision. Him and Dominic kind of
probably not the right vision though. I love Greg, but I don't think he had the right vision.
No, I mean, they were trying to build it from the back to the front, and it never works that way.
Not in the NFL, no way.
And
we've seen this. I mean, when you look at the Seattle Seahawks, yeah, they built the Legion of Boom, but their linebacker core and their front line, their unheralded front line, getting players like Michael Bennett to come in there and anchor certain positions, they've shown you. Are there any real outliers when it comes to building from the front to the back that you can remember or you could speak on?
Well, I think we're going to find out with the Rams. I mean, they're in all kinds of. If it doesn't work, they're screwed. Like they're in hell for 10 years until they can recoup picks. Get past. I mean, you're probably going to waste Aaron Donald at that point. I mean, you're in a real. I mean, it could work though too. If you told me the Rams, no one got hurt. Ramsey played out of his mind. Donald played out of his mind. Everything worked out with Sam Bradford. He didn't get hurt.
I'm not totally 100% sold on their linebacker core, which is vital in a solid defense.
Well, how about this? The 49ers. So they went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
But I've seen a lot of people say the 49ers are a heavier favorite this year than the Bucs are. Don't get me started on that one. But I mean, they built, with a couple, bringing like a Richard Sherman, like for the most part, they drafted everyone. Fred Warner,
But DeForest Buckner, when DeForest Buckner left, who was a guy that, by the way, I wanted Tampa to draft him. Somehow.
Well, I can't believe they chose Eric Armstead over Buckner. That'll just never understand.
It is what it is. But no, but real talk, I just look at how they built that defensive line. That defensive line was treacherous. And if Bosa and players like that could stay healthy, I think that's what really limited them from being able to do a whole lot more were the injuries. But I don't know. I go back. This is one of those things I go back and forth on, and especially when you bring up the 49ers.
Well, you look at the 49ers. I mean, they added Javon Kinlaw last year. I think that's why they went ahead and traded DeForest. They saw the opportunity there. Obviously you got Nick Bosa, year prior, adding, you had Solomon Thomas in the mix. You had Eric Armstead. D Ford they traded for. So there's a lot of options there. Obviously getting Fred Warner, that was a hell of a pick right there. I mean, it's you can go kind of both ways, but it's more ideal to obviously, load up front. You have to be strong in the trenches. I think secondary, you can kind of mix and match and find pieces, whether it's free agency or the draft. I saw there's a question there from the chat about Richard Sherman. I don't see us adding a guy like that. Unfortunately,
does not fit what we do.
Yeah,
he is in the twilight of his career.
Yeah, I just don't see him being an option. Just wanted to answer that, but overall point of how you team build. You want to start up front because those are the premium positions. It's how you win games.
Yeah, Jimmy Garza, thank you for that comment. I just don't understand how people are looking to add to the secondary of a Super Bowl winning team. How people are trying to upgrade on the secondary of a Super Bowl winning team. I have to scratch my head to this because they went out and did what they needed to do. I mean, you beat the Green Bay Packers, you beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you beat the New Orleans Saints and their slant guy, and all the other tools that they have on their team. You beat them at home. But all joking aside, the Bucs went out and they won probably the most difficult. They went the most difficult road to get to the Super Bowl of any of the teams that were in the playoffs, especially the Chiefs.
They beat the both State Farm guys.
Yeah.
Discount double check.
Exactly. Hey, guys, discount double check. No. but seriously, they went in and they had the most difficult challenge. They didn't have a home game during that playoff run until they got to the Super Bowl.
3 Hall of Fame caliber quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Drew Brees first ballot. I think Aaron Rodgers going to be first ballot. And if Patrick Mahomes plays 5 to 7 years, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, I think we're going to look back 10 years and be like, what happened?
You're wanting to upgrade this secondary. And those guys with health issues, they came back and did what they needed to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I look at this, and I've talked with Pless, I remember texting Pless when these cornerbacks were drafted. And I'm like, what in the hell are the Bucs doing? And Pless was like, Pless talked me off the ledge. Hey, Gene, here, come over here. Here's a taco. Come off the ledge. Let's talk about this. That kind of thing. Pless is the voice of reason, bro. I'm telling you. So, he's like, okay, yeah, I know that they did this last year, but this year you've got a better opportunity to upgrade your secondary. And this is what the Bucs have been trying to do since 2014. Bucs fans, I'm going to ask you guys, Bucs fans, let's go back to 2014. Who remembers that nasty secondary that the Bucs had that just got shredded every single game? Got shredded.
Very bad. Alteron Werner.
Werner.
I want to say Mark Barron was back there.
It was horrific.
Deshaun Golson.
Maybe Deshaun Golson.
If he wasn't cut by that point after killing people, and basically worst rule change for him ever.
But the great EJ Biggers.
MVP.
The guy that he was on ESPN every week for the wrong reason.
But that's funny. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say maybe Sabby Piscatelli. I don't know if he was still around.
Sabby the Toast. We can't forget about that guy.
Well, I was going to say that's great. I was just going to say it was great that you brought up those cornerbacks because I actually got a lot of flack for liking Jamel Dean as much as I did coming out of the draft. But Lord, let me tell you, I could not find one piece of film on Sean Murphy-Bunting from Central Michigan. Could not find it. So I had no idea what to even say.
So what does that tell you about your general manager?
It's why he's got the job. I mean, he
found a guy from Hobart. Granted, he played at the Senior Bowl, but still, the guy
he destroyed Danny Shelton. Jesus Christ, he destroyed Danny Shelton. That wasn't even fun.
But that's still, you're still taking a risk on a guy that's your only time ever seeing him. Like, that's still kind of risky.
I can't say that, they watch a lot more film than we do. They have access to other film that we don't. And I'm sure that there was something that flashed for them. They saw something with his behaviors that they were like, this is a guy, his skill set will translate to the NFL. I'm almost positive. I can't speak on that personally, but I can tell you what Jason Light has done is look for guys with versatility. And plus, will tell you, we've talked about this for years. Guys that have versatility are the guys that Jason Light looks at. And we've seen that with Ali Marpet. We've seen that with some of the other players that they've brought in that are able to play in other positions. And I think that's something that Jason Light looks for is those players are a lot more valuable if they can play in other positions. Alex Kappa. I am
Division II guy.
Yeah, another Division II guy. He's a guy that I do believe could play in multiple positions on that offensive line if called upon.
They want him to play tackle.
Yeah.
That's what he was drafted here to be, was to be a backup tackle.
Yeah. So but that's what I'm saying. I mean, what we have with Jason Light, and I think we're really getting to see the most of it right now, is a guy, and you kind of have to look off his misses and look at what he's hit on. You look at Mike Evans. I mean, you look at some of the Ali Marpets. You look at some of the players that he's drafted, Devin White, all these players that fit into this system. And what's crazy is there are certain players on this Bucs team that Jason Light has drafted or brought in that have transcended through coaches, which tells you the level of talent that they have. It hasn't been, okay, you work for this coach, but it doesn't work for this next coach's scheme that comes in, or whoever the defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator is. He's gotten
so you're telling me Levante David isn't a scheme-specific linebacker? Because that's why Rondé's not in the Hall of Fame. He was scheme-specific, Gene.
Not.
He's gonna kill me. I'm sorry.
Don't do this.
Sorry.
Not now.
That's what people don't understand. Vita Vea was drafted to be a 4-3 nose tackle. That's what a lot of people just probably don't even. Ryan Smith was drafted to be a cornerback / safety. Like, he played both positions for the Bucs at some point.
But that's what I'm talking about. That versatility, and Pless brought this to my attention, I would say, early on, because he's like, look at these guys. These guys are not just stuck in this one position. They can play multiple positions. When you look, if we went back off camera, you get a chance, go back and look at the draft picks, even the ones that failed. There are guys in there that can play multiple positions. They're able to do other things outside of just, okay, you're a wide receiver. Okay, you're a tight end. You're able to do a whole lot more. I think Cam Brate is the exception to the rules because his blocking skills aren't the best, but he's made up for it with his route running and his hands. And, I think Tom Brady likes him and I like him. So that's all that matters. But you get what I'm saying, though. I mean, the versatility is very important in this draft. And plus, you can speak to this probably, this upcoming draft. You're going to see players that are versatile. They're not pigeonholed into one position, but they can play multiple positions and do a whole lot more to help the team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you're looking at, just edge rushers, they have to have that ability to, drop back or, rush the passer. You look for guys that can play inside or outside along the defensive line, whether it's a D tackle that can play, the 3 tech, the 4 tech, 5 tech if needed. Or you have guys that can just, maybe they do the 0, the 1 tech, but maybe they can slide out and play a 5, just because you want extra size on the line. As far as the edge rushers, again, kind of same thing.
And this gives you the ability to disguise blitzes, and you come up with all these different exotic packages that Todd Bowles is able to use.
Yeah, for sure. And you look at unicorns like Zaven Collins, who 6'5", 270. Guys that can.
Who do you
like
love
that.
more, Zaven Collins or Landon Dickerson? Because that's the name that, other than Landon, that just comes out of your mouth every time I hear you speak.
Yeah, I really like Zaven Collins, but I don't know. Zaven's probably the more cleaner, just because he doesn't have the injury history. But yeah, I really like both. And Joseph Ossai, I'm really big on Joseph Ossai.
Oh, really?
I like his potential. Him and Joe Tryon from Washington, really love them. So
I think Tryon is because of that Washington.
Real quick, when you talk about Tryon, what positions? Let's kind of lay out the positions that you could see him potentially playing in.
Well, he's very versatile because of his size. I mean, obviously he's got the length and the weight that you want. He can drop back into coverage. So he can play that outside linebacker role. He can also, rush the passer. He can put his hand in the dirt as well if you want him to. So that's, really nice to have. It's his ability to play a 5 tech or, maybe potentially play some 3 tech on pass rushing situations. So I really like him. And, Joseph Ossai is kind of the same way. He probably not as versatile as Tryon is as far as playing more inside. He's got to stay on the outside and really use his athletic ability. But yeah, those two I'm very big fans of.
Bowles likes dropping Vita Vea and Anthony Nelson in coverage, so I feel like coverage ability doesn't really even matter at this point if you're dropping Vita Vea.
No, it really doesn't. It's an extra bonus. I mean,
for sure.
The best cover guy we have is probably JPP, even though he's dropped some interceptions, but
it's hard to pitch a ball like this.
Right. I mean, and to his credit, he's caught some, so that's pretty awesome.
He had 2 last year, right?
Yeah, I know. So he's got to return 1 for a touchdown. I feel.
Oh yeah.
It's going to happen.
I'm picking, and I'm going to go ahead and say this. I can see JPP getting a fumble recovery this year and taking it to the house.
The Ndamukong Suh style versus the Rams.
Yeah, in Ndamukong Suh style. We can't say that about Joe McCoy because I can't remember whatever he's done.
Oh, he's tweeting though. Let me tell you, he's tweeting,
he's putting it out there. I know, I get that. I'm just saying, when you talk about remarkable plays, Vita Vea has had remarkable plays. I saw him run down Alvin Kamara, a running back. I've seen him
push 3 guys into a quarterback and still get the sack. I've seen him sack a quarterback without touching the quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah. He uses a center to get a sack. I mean, that's the kind of talent you've got on this Bucs team right here.
My
he's
dream
like middle
is
throw talent too. Sorry, your dream is.
No, I was just gonna say my dream is him getting the interception on one of those dropbacks and then just letting him run. I want to see him run with the ball,
or he can get an interception like Warren Sapp and then toss it back to Devin White. That would be mind blowing.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So we're gonna talk about this kind of like fantasy kind of thing. What would be the ultimate play for you from your favorite player? And plus, I'm going to start with you.
Pressure's on.
Oh man, favorite play for the Bucs. I mean, man, I really love it when Tom Brady just throws it deep. So I like seeing Scotty Miller play action pass. Scotty just burned somebody and he throws like a 65-yard pass and it's a touchdown. So
just have Gene talk about that throw on the Raiders. Not even talking the Packers game. When that throw happened versus the Raiders midway through the season this year, this man couldn't stop talking about it.
Yeah,
I couldn't. Like 6 straight episodes, just straight talking about Tom Brady and Scotty Miller.
That.
Well, you got that one. You got the Vikings one, which was also beautiful. So there's just a lot of I love that play. That's probably I love seeing that.
Okay, so it's that play. Okay, KB, for you.
I'm gonna say Shaq Barrett getting a sack and an interception versus the Rams, because that turned that game around. He basically, and he got the strip sack at the end that Ndamukong Suh took back. So Shaq Barrett, to me that performance was for like my favorite player. But if we're just talking just great plays, like Joe Jurevicius's catch, my goodness. Because if you watch any other clip of Joe Jurevicius, the guy's slow as shit. That day versus the Eagles,
his
had
route
family
running,
stuff.
I would put his route running against probably 75% of the wide receivers that the Bucs have. And yeah, I said it.
Well, if we draft a receiver, I think it's basically to replace Justin Watson. If anything, I don't think people should read too much into what is Tyler Johnson, Scotty Miller. No, it's going to be replace Justin Watson.
So and that's a good point right there. What does, when you look at this wide receiver room, and I'm going to ask both of you this question, what does Justin Watson bring to this team as a wide receiver when you look at
tackling
the whole
ability on special teams? Maybe.
No, I'm
being nice. I'm being very generous to Justin Watson right now.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Justin's he's reached his max potential. I mean, he's reached his ceiling. I don't really see him getting any better or worse than he is. He is what he is right now. I feel like it would be best for him to maybe find an opportunity elsewhere. Obviously, he's just not going to get the playing time on this team to really develop into what he's, maybe he could become.
Well, we have that kid from Jacksonville University. I always forget his name. But there's a couple of receivers even on the practice squad that may be coming for his job. Not even a draft pick at this point.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think it's Josh. I'm trying to remember his last name, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that they definitely are very high on him, and I think there's a couple others. I think they're still very high on John Franklin. I think that's
Josh
the guy.
Pearson.
There you go, Josh Pearson.
And John Franklin too. Oh, Friday Night Lights. What's that show?
Franklin was a preseason favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
He was playing multiple positions.
Yeah, he just has a lot of versatility. I feel like
there's that word again.
Yeah, they feel like he could be something to really develop into. Unfortunately, he got hurt early on and became a numbers game. But it's going to be a tough sled for any of these receivers. Depending on how many they want to keep. Do they draft one? That's always a potential possibility because, Jason Light, he loves drafting receivers, especially on day 3, guys that just have insane athleticism,
Or just fall because there's so many good receivers, man.
Right. AKA Tyler Johnson. So, yeah, it's just a very, very loaded position. But yeah, definitely Justin Watson. I don't know, man. It's going to be tough for him.
Well, he gave up 2 pick sixes last year, just literally on his own out route running. Yeah. Not even anything else.
Yeah. And that's all it was. That's crazy.
But I do like him on special teams. I think he's a very good special teams player, and that could be where he makes the team just because he's got that experience.
Literally it, yeah.
Yep.
So, and I did want to add mine last, but the Chargers game, the LA Chargers game, that 2-minute drill that Tom Brady ran was phenomenal. It's still something that I dream about. He was just that good. Tom Brady in a 2-minute drill in a bucket.
But that game overall was, yes, it was just so fun.
In a Buccaneers uniform. Because any other year we're watching this game, I'm thinking about, okay, I think I might go to the mall. I'm thinking I may go out to eat with the family or something like that. There was just not a whole lot that I was like excited about. But you've got Tom Brady. And you watch Tom Brady run that 2-minute drill to perfection. Oh my God. And I cannot say that enough. And I can go back. You can look at Brad Johnson. You can look at Vinny Testaverde. You can look at Doug Williams. You can look at Trent Dilfer. I could go down the list. Josh Freeman, Jameis Winston. But the precision that he ran that 2-minute drill, that to me was monumental. And that's when I realized that Tom Brady was legit. And there is no doubt in my mind that regardless, the Bucs could be down 50 points and Tom Brady could potentially get them back in the game to win the game. When I saw that and the way he ran it.
Well, not only that, just the Chiefs and Rams game last year. I think any other team we lose by 20. And yes, they were both losses by a field goal. And for most of the game, we probably weren't even in it. But the fact that those were even 3-point games, my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, and guys, again, you guys know, you guys could go back and watch any video. I was so indifferent. I was pissed off behind the Atlanta Falcons losing the Atlanta Falcons last year. I didn't care that Tom Brady was here. That's how mad I was. I didn't care that Rob Gronkowski was here. But when them guys started playing and they total leather and the ball's in the air, you're doing what you got to do. And Tom Brady showed us something that the Buccaneers faithful have never seen ever.
Well, let's give Gronk some love. That man was slow and borderline offensive line quality. That's about how he was moving.
He was
by week 8, 9, he was in shape. Especially more so by the playoffs more than the middle of the season, but by playoffs, he was actually moving how a 31-year-old tight end should. That's just crazy to be able to have the year off. He still was skinny in my opinion. Yeah. But still able to block the way that he was. But if you're OJ Howard, I'm following Gronk around.
I would love for people to follow what Gronk's technique. I don't think you're as an offensive lineman, KB. How would you on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank his blocking technique?
9.8. If he had 20 more pounds on him, probably a 10, because he wouldn't get pushed around just that little extra much. But my goodness, the way that he holds up is literally straight because of technique. It's not, and then what I also love is his mental. Gronk gets seen, and I knew this before this is what I thought of him before he came in. I thought he was just a straight up goofball. He's actually a very professional guy, and he's able to deflect things. Remember the whole, I'm a blocking type. And that was deflecting a lot of problems that the national media could have ran with this team. Yeah. That deflected a lot.
He shut it all down. Plus.
Oh, as far as Gronk, Ken said it best. 10 out of 10. He, as far as blocker, he blocks defensive ends like it's nothing. He shuts down, the big mouth Cam Jordan like it's, candy. So
yeah,
the dude's a beast.
Well, you mean the Hall of Fame potential, Cam Jordan?
Oh,
I don't know if you saw
right.
that. That was
why you
going
gotta
around.
open up that wound right there, man?
It's not a wound.
If that guy
It
goes
shouldn't
in,
exist.
if that guy goes in the Hall of Fame, I'll stop watching football. Like
I've stopped watching the Hall of Fame because Simeon Rice isn't in there. I still have problems with that. And Cam Jordan is nowhere near Simeon Rice.
no.
For the record, nowhere near him.
Cam Jordan is even near Clay Matthews.
He's not even near Jason Taylor. I would say I would take Jason Taylor over Cam Jordan.
But Jason Taylor, to me, he at least dominated his era well enough to be considered. Where have we in our era of the past 5-10 years that Cam Jordan's been around been like, man, that guy is a top 3 player in his position?
I thought he
never.
I thought he's a top 3 hype man.
The 49ers, when they had Justin Smith, Aldon Smith, and Aaron Brooks, I just named 3 players on one team that have had more of an impact than Cam Jordan has in his career.
Yeah. It's Tristan Wirf's son. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Granddad.
Yeah. So I mean, he takes orders from Tristan. That's how it goes.
I mean, Cam Jordan's had a decent career. I wish we drafted him over Claiborne. Like, I'm going to say that, but he's just not he's a good player.
But he talks a lot.
He's the baseline.
This is what's going to get in, and I've said this.
Why is he on ESPN shows as well?
Because he gets along with the media. The media they're endeared by this clown, and they think that they overlook.
Why don't they love Rondé Barber? What has Rondé ever done that would not deserve work done? I didn't even know until I was 14 that work done did all the things he did off the field. I didn't know. I was a kid. I didn't know that, but that was never common knowledge.
Right.
That is all. I hate how the media can control all that kind of stuff.
And I really, maybe I'm wrong here, but I would love to see players that actually have the gold jacket have more influence on who gets brought in to the Hall of Fame. More so than
Ira Kaufman.
Okay,
Gene's gonna kill me.
Okay, so I'm not gonna go there. I as much as I want to go there, and I've got my keys in my car, and I'm ready to go down that road. I'm not going to. All I'm saying is, it would add more credibility to the NFL if you got a guy in a gold jacket voting to get other people into the Hall of Fame, as opposed to a petty ass reporter that doesn't like the fact that you don't talk to him. So he's going to hold that against you, because there is no way in hell that Terrell Owens is not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
They literally did it because the media got together.
And the biggest spiteful thing they did was make Megatron a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, there's a flaw. There's a character flaw within the way the Hall of Fame ballot voting goes. And this is something, it would add more credibility to the NFL. They always talk about Roger Goodell protecting the shield, blah, 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 all BS. Because if you had more Hall of Famers, if the weight was a little bit different, where you had Hall of Famers, their views on things held a little bit more weight than reporters, it would be a different story.
Well, here's my issue is, no offense to Warren out there, Warren Sapp, we know he doesn't watch football. Let's just throw that out there.
Watch game film.
But what my issue is, why do you only have, let's say, 30 writers on a committee handling the Hall of Fame voting that are older writers, not really in tune with even social media, what's going on outside of, newspapers aren't even a thing anymore. And most of them, that's where they made the bread, was newspapers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So now why can't you have for example, Major League Baseball has a 250 person voting unit. They have the same amount of teams, essentially 32 versus 30. Why are you only stuck to 30 old white guys that aren't in tune with what's going on? Because let's say a Terrell Owens, he was a baby off the field. Warren Sapp was also the biggest dick I've ever seen, but you know what? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
Media didn't like him. Like, that's what it just makes no sense.
But and even if we did do this, I feel like there should be a rotation of you do the Hall of Fame ballot voting for 2 years or 3 years. Then when your time is up, you have to, let's get somebody else in here and do this. And you get another opportunity if you're still alive, 3 or 4 years down the line.
Well, also the NFL doesn't make their voting public. So like MLB voters, for instance, we know the guy's name who didn't vote for Derek Jeter to be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, the guy from Boston.
But that's my point is you should, if you're going to vote and be an idiot, you should kind of be exposed and maybe your credentials should be questioned.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, it needs to, these are things that have been in place for a long time. We need to revisit so it's a little bit fresher. I don't have a problem with, okay, this guy has been in the Hall of Fame voting for the past 4 years or 3 years. Okay, let's get somebody else a chance to come in there. And then when you're looking at it, if somebody questioned it, you're like, okay, we've moved them on and we've gotten somebody else new in. We've got new eyes, and this is how we're doing it. It adds credibility to the NFL if you're not just holding these clowns 50, 60 years back when they had leather helmets and this guy's still voting. Yeah, no. You have to kind of move with the times.
Yeah, for just really quick on MLB, over 2,000 votes were submitted for the Hall of Fame last year. And coincidentally, no one made it in, Gene. Baseball's having their scrutiny right now. But my point is, though, 2,000 votes compared to 30 old white guys sitting in a room discussing. Do you think, let's say hypothetically, let's throw out Levante David, let's make it a non-Bucs player. Who's a really good player that just doesn't play for the Bucs?
I mean, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm saying that's not publicly known. Like, who's just a really good baseline,
Darius Leonard.
Okay, Darius Leonard. Let's say Darius Leonard has a Levante David-like career and he's up for the Hall of Fame vote. Do you think, let's say, Ira Kaufman watched Darius Leonard's career?
Hell no.
That's my problem with the Hall of Fame voting.
Unless you if he played for the Jets, maybe I'm sure Ira watched him or something like that. But
it's a failed process. I mean, they don't have the process. They don't have the process right. So it's just you're gonna see, guys not make it in that should be there.
Also, there's position biases too. Like, for example, we have probably Phillip Rivers is probably going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he might be first. I mean, everyone has their opinion. Everyone has their own opinions on it, but we have top level offensive linemen that were all pros, all decade type players like Alan Faneca, who basically had to wait 6 years. We have Rondé Barber who's having to wait, all that time. You have all of these players who played different positions, but they're not quarterbacks. They're not. Troy Polamalu was just like a splash guy. I would put up a lot of people's film, like Earl Thomas, for instance, or Cam Chancellor against Troy Polamalu. No hate to him, but he was a splash guy. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say those are good points. It's the same thing with the Pro Bowl. I mean, they don't have.
Don't even get me started on that.
I mean, the Pro Bowl.
That's the Hall of Fame. That's what they vote on. Yeah. They vote on Pro Bowls.
It's Pro Bowl. It's all.
And that's controlled by the fans more so than anything.
Well, and also, the player who retired recently, Wes Welker. How many Pro Bowls do you think he had? Or Julian Edelman? Excuse me, not Wes Welker. Excuse me, Julian Edelman.
Don't even be started on that either.
But my point is, he had 0, and people were still talking about, is he a Hall of Famer? But Levante David, for instance, no. Yeah. Because he plays receiver. There's a bias based on your position, not what you did in respect to your position at the time in which you played.
And there's no separation for these 3-4 teams. Like, JPP, they put him as an outside linebacker, but he plays, edge.
Levante David's weak side linebacker, or just even outside linebacker going
Levante
pass rushers.
Levante should be classified as a middle linebacker because that's what he plays in this scheme.
Now.
Now.
Before, though.
Right. And it's Shaq Barrett, again, outside linebacker, but he does so much more. He's versatile, and they don't put those things on there.
That's why I love like the Draft Network guys. Like that, not many even national places are taking edge as a position now. Like it should be inside defensive lineman, edge, off ball linebacker.
Right.
Shout out to Trevor Sycamore.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Trevor.
He was with our boy the other night.
Yeah, we had him on the live stream this past Monday. Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, and Mike was like, "No, I'm going to do this myself. I don't need a partner tonight. I can handle big boy Trevor myself."
Yeah,
Mark. I tell you what, so many gems. The guy drops gems all the time when he.
No, Mark was in the chat though. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, Mark lost his voice at like last second, so I was like, "Okay, we're going to run this," and it was a good time.
It sucks to be you. I said it sucks to be you, Mark.
That stinks. Was it like allergies or something?
I don't know. It's just he's feeling better now, so we're about to.
Allergies, like I can't breathe lately. If I wash my car, plus like legit, like every weekend now, and then every Monday I go out to my car and it's straight green.
Yeah, the pollen.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're lucky it's not love bugs.
Oh, see, that's the Florida. That's the one part of Florida I don't miss.
Yeah, people are not scared of hurricanes, but they're scared of love bugs. Yeah, that's a true story.
That's facts.
So, guys, thank you so much for coming on. Plus, again, man, we're just gonna
steal them.
Keep stealing you. We're gonna keep stealing you until we can't steal you anymore.
But see, that's the thing. Plus, isn't being a co-host way easier than running your own gig?
It has its advantages.
It's perks. Obviously,
you got your own perks, but because Real Bucs Talk, I'm telling you, it's a top-notch show. I do want to say this real quick. If you're just tuning in, if you've never followed Michael Pless on Twitter or on YouTube, please go out and subscribe to Real Bucs Talk. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Help these guys keep doing what they're doing. I am in total support of them. When it comes to the draft, the NFL draft, Real Bucs Talk, I'm interacting with them at some point in time during the draft. At some point, whether it's the end, whether it's the beginning or middle, somewhere in there, I'm reaching out to them and we're talking. And we're talking about, what the Bucs are doing. And they are so thorough, they can tell you what other teams could potentially be doing. So I'm telling you, if you get a chance, check them out. You won't be disappointed. And, again, my man here, KB, is dropping articles on Bucs Report. That was supposed to be a secret.
Don't tell anyone because Evan's going to try to
I'm glad you're finally doing it. It's long overdue.
It's just mock draft season, man. It's just you can just throw one together and you can just write about it real quick. It's really easy.
But the logic behind what you talked about, you did a great job, man. I'm giving the devil his due.
Well, I'm going to have another one coming out Monday, so be on the lookout.
So guys, plus I'm going to start with you. What are you doing for the draft? And will you be available next Wednesday? I'm just going to put that out here. I'm going to go ahead and put you on the spot right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, like Gene said, again, very kind words. Be sure to, check out our YouTube channel, Real Bucs Talk. It's got a lot of great content on there right now. We just had, like we said earlier, we had Trevor Sycamore of the Draft Network on our latest live stream. So really good episode. And we also have tons of draft content. We got 27 prospects. We got 5 more left, which is going to give us 32 before the draft officially begins on next Thursday. So really just hammering out content. This Monday, we got a big show planned, 32 team mock draft. It's going to be Mark and I. I have the odds and Mark's got the evens. So it's going to be a really fun show
I'll be in the chat, folks.
I'll be in the chat.
Yeah,
I'll have that up on the big screen on my TV. I love these smart TVs, man.
Yeah, man. It'll just be fun to talk about all 32 teams and really, break it down and what we think their team could do as far as the draft goes. So yeah, we got that planned. And then for Thursday, we are going to be live. We're going to have a big live stream planned and hopefully have some guests on as well from other teams, not just the Bucs.
Watch them over ESPN.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we got that planned. And also we have a live stream planned for Friday. And we also have a guest locked in from Bucs Report for Friday. So be sure to check that out.
There you go. Again, KB, you've already been on from. You've already been on.
And also for Wednesday, I might be available. I might be available. I feel like
we're locking him in.
I feel like
I think Gene misses you a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like this is becoming a 3-man podcast real soon.
You know, I'm here for it. I'm gonna have to ask Keith for a raise from Bucs Report. This gonna have to happen.
His money, it's like the Bucs, the Glazers pay everything.
Exactly.
Handle that. That's not my territory.
Yeah.
So KB, what you got going on for the draft?
I mean, like I said, Wednesday I'm going to be watching Draft Day. That's even. It's a terrible movie, but it just gets you. It just gets. It's like a what is Vince Vaughn saying? Wedding Crashers. Like it's a band. It's a good band. It's a bad band. Like it's always a good time, you know. Right. So Draft Day, it's like it just puts me in the mood.
4 second-round picks. That's
Oh yeah, we have the Jacksonville GM who is scared and new, so we're just gonna offer him 2nd-round pick. What do I do? Oh, I'm just gonna accept it. Okay. Now we're in front of you, and you know what? No one attended the number 1 quarterback's birthday party, so we're not gonna draft him.
Let's get a punt. Let's get a punt returner.
Yeah, give me punt.
So I'm real curious I'm curious to see what Urban Meyer does. I've got him.
Sorry.
I've got him 3 years and he's done.
Sorry, Ken, I interrupted.
I give him 2.
You're going 2? I'm going 3. I'm being generous. I think the health issues will arise around year.
Well, I think health issues will arise with a total of 9 wins in 2 seasons, in which the ownership with Trevor Lawrence is not going to fly.
Yeah, and that offensive line in Jack and Kill, I mean, I just don't see it doing anything. So
maybe they should trade the number 1 overall pick for 3 second-round picks.
Good idea.
They'll be the 33rd pick each year. Sorry, I love Costner in any sports movie. So like it's just like I don't know. I can just quote that all day.
He makes it halfway realistic too.
Oh, and Black Panther RIPs in that movie. A lot of people forget that.
It's true. Very true.
I forgot his name. What's his name? So I don't feel like Boseman.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
RIP.
Well, guys, I can't believe we've been on here for over an hour. Well, not you personally, Plus, but hopefully next week. He was close enough.
Yeah, next week we'll get him for the full hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know, and we're gonna pump him for information, and we'll kind of look. You know what? Let's look at all 32 teams. Can we do that too? Can we copy off of what they've done?
No, but I'm a subscriber to the TDN Premium mock draft machine, so we can even have some fun with that.
Yeah. Oh, I need to get them links from you. I need to get you the links for a Pro Football Focus too. By the way, we'll discuss later. So we could do that, but we may or may not discuss it. I can't say for sure that we will.
See, I just don't like PFF's mock draft machine. I just feel like, for example, I've seen people get like Landon Dickerson or like Joe Trine at like 64, and I'm kind of just like,
no,
let's be a little realistic here.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people go like Rondale Moore round 1, Landon Dickerson round 2, and Tryon round 3, and I'm just like, or they move out of 32, get a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a 2022 second and fourth, and I'm just like, I don't think you're gonna get that in a trade.
Is that a kind of Madden? Is there those like Madden traits maybe?
Yeah, no. See, that's the thing. Even Madden would be like, nah, you gotta turn off.
We are not interested in your trade.
Yo, they need to fix Madden, man. Oh my god.
So Pless has a PS4 now.
Oh, he has a PS4? Oh,
yeah, I love it.
Right, we talked about this last week.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. I'm playing Last of Us, and awesome game. So
Dude, I love that game. Last of Us. Right now I'm playing Avengers. Avengers game is dope.
Yeah.
Is the Last of Us the one that Tom Holland's going to be in the movie for? Or is that a different one? I can't keep track. There's so many really good stories around that.
Different one.
Unbelievable.
The guy that plays the Mandalorian is going to be.
Pascal.
Yeah, he's going to be Last of Us. They're making a movie on that.
See, they're because video
it's
games.
a show. It's a show. My bad.
Oh, it's a show now. Okay, no, because they're making movies off video. I mean, because it wasn't cool like 10 years ago, and they weren't good. But apparently, like the Mortal Kombat trailer, they released the first 7 minutes of the movie, and I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, that comes out Friday. So,
dude, I watched. If you guys get a chance, I don't know if you watched it yet. Nobody is a must see. If you're a John Wick guy, you love John Wick, and you love how John Wick went, watch Nobody. I promise you will not be disappointed.
That's Saul from Breaking Bad.
Yep, yeah. Saul from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You have to see that movie.
There you go.
Or after you watch that, you can watch the Super Mario Brothers.
No. If you watch if you do a John Wick marathon, and then you watch this,
I still need to watch the third.
You won't be disappointed. I promise.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Well, how did Keanu Reeves just become like cool for bad acting? That's just like the greatest gig ever, man.
Hey, that's
how you be good, but everyone loves you.
That's me right there, bro.
That's Shane Falco. So
Shane. No, what's his name in Point Break? Johnny.
I don't
something.
Remember.
Oh, but he was like a USC quarterback. Like,
well, they would use USC, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Shane Falco is great. I love that guy.
Oh, no, I need to watch The Replacements. I'm trying to get my fiance to watch that one.
It's great. One of my favorite football movies. Definitely.
Yo, I love the sumo player when he walks in.
Bud Cannibalist said Utah.
Oh, Johnny Utah. That's what it is. See, that's just such a cool name. Johnny Utah, man. That sounds like a football player.
It's way better than Johnny Football. Let's say, and as much as I hate Utah, I would take Johnny Utah over Johnny Football.
Agreed.
Well, it would help if you were good.
Exactly.
And well, sorry. Go.
You know, we could go on and on and on.
Wait, Smack Apparel.
Oh, and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. We got to shout him out. And he's pointing at my man, Robbie Longworth. What's going on, brother? Shout out to Smack Apparel for everything you guys do.
Shout out to the Lombardis at the bottom of the page too.
Oh,
I want two. We got one on one side. We got two in total. It's at a third, so we can throw it like
let's go ahead. There. Where would we put that third Lombardi up there?
That's what I mean. Right up in the center.
You're spot on. I think that's a good place for it. So we got Smack Apparel, Lombardi. I like it.
There it is.
Exactly. So, Pless, give me your final thoughts. We're going to roll up out of here, man. Again, thank you, Impromptu, for coming on. You are a friend of the show. You're a family. Always welcome on. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
No, thank you guys for always having me on, being so welcoming. I appreciate it. So, first thing first, be sure to subscribe to BucWhatYaHeard. Check out Bucs Report.
He's shouting us out.
Bucs Report. Check out Smack Apparel. And also, I mean, if you haven't seen this little YouTube channel called Real Bucs Talk, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, just little. It's a little, little channel on YouTube that talks about the Buccaneers and NFL draft, free agency, all that good stuff. So if you haven't already, subscribe to those shows and get ready for an awesome week next week. It's gonna be amazing. We got a lot of great stuff planned, content wise. Can't wait.
There we go. KB.
Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to Real Bucs Talk, go do that now. It's literally, 3 words just combined into one. You don't even have to add in the spaces. Really easy to find. If we exactly. And then if somehow the Bucs draft a player that they don't have film out there on yet, they will have it up within probably a couple hours. Let's just be real here. And then in general, I mean, just follow them. You're going to learn a lot about, the draft in general, the Bucs. You're going to learn a lot of really good stuff. Make sure, you come here, listen to me and Gene. We're here. We're going to always talk football. We're going to be a little bit more laid back, but like we're always going to talk. You know,
But
the
we may
X's and
talk
O's.
movies or wrestling or something else may come up. But
Yeah, we talked a lot of stuff today, which we didn't talk about Marshawn Lattimore, but that happened. But so pretty much, come here, stay for the good stuff. Go check out Smack Apparel. Go check on Bucs Report. Our boy Evan Winter is doing a lot of really good things over there with the writing. There's a lot of really good things going on, but my word of advice to everyone, it's lying season. Don't read or listen to anything for the next week that's not, Bucs Report, all of our favorite podcasts. Do listen to them, do not listen. Don't watch ESPN. Don't listen to that. Just come listen to them on Monday. Listen to us on Wednesday. And then fill in the gaps with all of our, really good friends who actually know what they're talking about in between. Y'all can figure out who those podcasts are. And that's all.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better. Again, thank you, Ples, for coming on, man. As always, your family here. And the guys in the chat. I want to shout out everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for taking the time to, even put something in the chat. It's greatly appreciated. And, for me, I'm excited about the draft. If you don't know, or you just started following the Bucs or whatever, or you've been following, you do realize that the Bucs have never been in this position in franchise history. This is new, uncharted waters that we're dealing with here. What I can suggest to you guys, enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. That's all I can say. I think Jason Light has earned your confidence from last year and what he was able to do. And if that didn't convince you, for him being able to bring back every single player from the starting lineup for this year, you have to be able to believe in this guy and what he's capable of doing. Because you know what? The Bucs are locked and loaded. They're ready to go. There aren't a whole lot of open positions on this team. So the Bucs have to draft good. They have to draft good. And, hopefully some of them players will, be players that we'll see in the future. But if we can all work together, we all want the same thing. As a Bucs fan base, we want to see the Bucs win the Super Bowl, and we want to see them back there again. And that's what it all comes down to right now. So for me, I want to shout out everybody that's in the chat that's taking time out of their busy schedule to talk to us, interact with us. I love all you guys, and I appreciate you taking time to do that. And for you guys, thank you so much. Bucs Report, I want to thank you. And Smack Apparel, you guys have been amazing. Just throughout the time that we've been able to work together and put some of these promotions together for these T-shirts and that kind of thing. Again, BucWhatYaHeard, BWYH 25. BWYH 25. That's it. 25% off if you go out there and use that promo code and get you a Smack Apparel T-shirt. There's so much out there to choose from, and I think you'll appreciate it. Again,
and Gene, are you ready in 2 weeks to do our 2026 mock draft?
I am so ready. 2026, 2027. We're going to combine them.
We're just going to push back. We're going to be like Madden. We're just going to trade back all of our picks for the next 3 years and just own the 2026 draft. And me and Gene are going to sit here and draft high school sophomores. It's going to be fantastic.
That's what's going to happen.
Sounds great to me. I need a nap, so that sounds perfect.
There you go.
That's me and Gene's, like, that's just our inside joke whenever anyone talks about draft picks, like during the season, like, oh my God, our team's like 10 and like 2. We're going to talk. We're worried about, being the 31st pick instead of the 32nd. We're like, okay, we'll do our 2026 mock draft. We got you covered, man.
That's
you don't
right.
need to worry about that draft pick. We got it covered.
On this show, we got you. All right, guys, we are out of here. But again, thank you so much. We will be doing this again next Wednesday. Hopefully, we can talk Ples into coming back on and getting his expert.
We're just going to steal him.
Yeah, we're going to steal him. There you go. I like it. So we